Can you explain drayage to normal people?
Drayage is like the mafia word that was made up for basically the act of transporting your goods from the shipping dock, like literally from the back of the convention center, the hall, over to your actual exhibit booth space. So drayage comes from whatever old terminology and words, but it's simply the end final, few, whatever, not even mile, but few moments of destination that it takes to get to your booth. So how do you avoid drayage? You avoid it by bringing stuff in yourself, shipping it to the hotel, carrying stuff in. A lot of the stuff that we do at Backdrop.com, being portable displays, you can carry in yourself. You ship it to the show, you're gonna get hosed with drayage. You ship it to your hotel, you may pay $35, whatever, in the back, at the shipping department of the hotel for material handling, but at least you get to carry it in. You have to sometimes take it out of the box. That's why everything's got wheels. You can just mobilize it and move it in, or you pay drayage. You're talking about $600, $400 if you ship it to the show, to the convention center, to the hall, and then paying the drayage for them to bring it from the back to the front is probably one of the worst ROI or the worst cost expenses, whatever you want to call it, however you categorize it. Just getting hit with drayage is always a rude awakening. Folks that have the bigger displays, of course, when you're shipping pallets, you don't have a choice. Of course, when you're shipping anything over 20 feet, 20 by 20, 20 by 30, whatever it is, you're shipping in a big container, you're going to get hit with thousands of dollars in drayage. We have a 10 by 20 display that actually ships in a crate that keeps drayage around $1,000 or $1,200, which is actually reasonable, considering that that's the material handling and that's the way you're going to pay. That's all you're going to pay to bring it from the back of the the convention center to your booth space. That is probably the most in terms of reasonable cost that you want to incur if you're exhibiting at a 20-foot level. You don't want to pay more than $1,000. $1,500 max, depending on where you are. New York, Orlando, Vegas, some of the bigger markets will hit you with higher drayage fees. But at the end of the day, whatever you can do to eliminate drayage, whatever you can do to cut out that extra expense, ship it to your hotel, carry it in, bring it with you on the plane. That's my biggest cheat code. I know for a lot of brands that we work with, they ship it to themselves, they pack it, or carry it on as luggage, or it's not carry on obviously, but just you check it onto the plane. All of our stuff is under 50 pounds. You are able to then pick it up from the luggage carousel, whether it's standard or oversized, and just actually wheel it in with you. Take it to your room, you leave it in your hotel room in the morning when on setup day, take it with you to the show, walk in with it, and as long as it's got wheels, you don't need a dolly, and you're not violating any of the show rules, because again, the show is set up in a way to penalize you. They want to hit you with drayage. That's how the union and the labor folks make money. But bringing it in yourself is probably the biggest cheat code. But drayage is my arch nemesis.
What's the biggest drayage bill you've ever seen?
Oof, buddy, I think I've seen like 11 grand once. If I see over 3 to 5 grand, I'm pissed, right? So that's why a lot of these, you want to ask when you're buying a trade show display, you want to ask about the weight, right? There's sturdy and there's aluminum, and then there's like lightweight, affordable, actual materials. The hardware matters, right? Yep. So whatever you're shipping into the show, some folks they get hit with that drayage fee. They're so shocked, they're so choked and so surprised to see like a $9,000 bill that was like bringing it from the back of the convention hall to the booth space. It's just a shitty rude awakening.
Yeah.